The Apple Watch Ultra 3, the Oura Ring 4, and the Whoop MG. Which one is the most reliable one in the recovery department? I decided to put them to the test. Let's get nerdy. I have 10 days of data in 6 metrics, recovery based. Let's find out which one is the most reliable. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised. Let's get into it. First of all, if you like this type of content, you're into the fitness lifestyle and the fitness wearables, we do weekly tests and weekly reviews of the latest and greatest. So if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. I'm noticing that most of my watch time are coming from non-subscribers, so if you enjoy this content, please subscribe, guys. Let's get right down to it. You know me, guys, I'm not a scientist. I don't have a laboratory or expensive devices like a $10,000 ECG, and I don't sleep with a chest strap. We're not gonna follow the most scientific way to measure. We're gonna follow the real world approach. I'm gonna summon the civil engineer from the past life. The way I see it, we have data from 3 points. It's simple to me. We're gonna follow the outlier approach. In each metric, we're gonna see which 2 devices are matching or close to each other, and the third one will be the loser. The 2 closest to each other will each get a score of 1, and the loser will get a score of 0. And after 10 days in 6 metrics, which is gonna be 60 test opportunities, we're gonna have a total score for each device. This approach is not gonna tell us which one is the most accurate, but it's gonna tell us which one is the least wrong more often. Again, which one is the least wrong more often, aka the most reliable one. Okay, so let's take an example. As you can see, we're gonna have a 10 days worth of data. Each day we're gonna have a resting HRV, resting heart HR, VO2 Max, total sleep duration, REM sleep duration, and deep sleep duration. We're gonna measure each device in all 6 categories in each day. Let's take an example. If we have an HRV of today, the Whoop said 172, the Oura is saying 166, and the Apple Watch is saying 151.9. As you can see, the Oura and the Whoop is closest to each other, so we're gonna do some type of calculation you don't need to know about, and we're gonna estimate the real value, which is the average between the 2 closest ones, and we're gonna calculate the outlier in each one. For example, in the 30th of October, which is today, in the resting HRV, we have the Apple Watch as the outlier, as you can see, because it has the most odd number between all 3. I hope this makes sense. These columns are calculating which pair is closest to each other and identifying the outlier. So for example, today, as you can see, the resting HRV, we have an estimated real value of 169. The outlier is the Apple Watch. In the resting heart rate, we have an estimated real value of 41.7. The outlier is the Oura in that department. The VO2 Max, we have a number of 54.35. The outlier is the Whoop in that department. The total sleep duration, we have a 7 hours and 48 minutes. We have an outlier in the Whoop here. The REM sleep, we have an outlier of the Apple Watch, and the deep sleep, we have an outlier of the Whoop. As you can see here, whichever device is the outlier will get a 0 score. As you can see, the Apple Watch is the outlier in that category. In that day, it gets a 0. The Oura here is the outlier in that category. In that day, it gets a 0. The Whoop is the outlier in that category. In that day, it gets a 0, etc. We will see which one wins after all of that scores in each category in each day after 60 data entry points, because we have 9 to 10 days in 6 categories, so approximately 60 entries of data. I learned a couple of stuff in that test. For some reason, I didn't know that the REM sleep is always more than the deep sleep. To me, that was a new information. I was enlightened. So after testing all devices in every day, all the categories, I always find out that the REM sleep is always more than the deep sleep, which was a surprise to me. I don't know why. Most people will think I'm an idiot for that. I noticed that the resting HRV is always matching between the Oura and the Whoop. The Apple Watch is slightly behind, so you're gonna find the outlier in the resting HRV in most days. As you can see, the Apple Watch, as you can see, the Whoop here for some reason, as you can see, the Apple Watch, as you can see, the the Apple Watch. Most days the Apple Watch is the outlier in the resting HRV. So without further ado, after calculating all the scores in 10 days, we find out that the Oura got a total score of 50, which make it the most reliable, and the Whoop is second with 30, and the Apple Watch is third, 29. I would say it's a tie between the Apple Watch and the Whoop, but the Oura is winning by a landslide. Again, this is not me saying the Oura is the most accurate. No, I'm saying the Oura for recovery is the most reliable. It's the least wrong more often. That was really shocking to me because I didn't like the Oura, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, it's the most convenient way to measure your recovery while sleeping. It's the least device I notice on my body. It's so sleek and so small, but I hate it because after 1 year, the battery degraded so much, which I'm gonna be talking about in the full 1 year review next month, and it scratches like crazy. I need to try the ceramic version, which they dropped last month. Personally, it's the least favorite device to wear, especially when I'm exercising, but today is recovery focused. This is the most reliable one for recovery. It's not the most accurate one all the time, but it's the least wrong one more often. You can rely on it most days. It's close to the truth. It's close to the real thing. I'm not gonna lie, this score actually surprised me. I'm not a scientist, guys. This is not conclusive at all, but based on my data on the last 10 days, the Oura Ring is the most reliable recovery tracker while I'm sleeping. If you guys like this type of testing, I can make a new one for the exercising and strain. We can build a score on that, and we can have an overall score between the recovery and the exercising. Please let me know and I will make this video. But for now, in just the recovery, the Oura Ring is the most reliable tracker there are, at least based on my data for the last 10 days. If you found this video helpful, please go watch this one. I'll be reviewing the Oura Ring 4 after 1 month, the full verdict. Go watch. I'll wait you guys.
And she been calling me daddy lately. Want me to put her in Cartier's, and the bitch deserve it. Put in work for the money she earning. Give me top every night, lip service.